opposite your bench first. Okay, yeah, if I can get a really good run of Danny rebounding, because we'll need that post-Christmas. You can put her on Black and Guess. That's that one too. Whatever you want to do. I just don't remember the password for that one. Go sit on the floor by the fence there.
Well, good evening and welcome into the Bank of Colorado Event Center and welcome into a Tuesday night of Northeastern Junior College basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It's Beef Boosters night. That means you show up tonight, you get yourself a burger, and you get to enjoy 2 games of basketball as Northeastern Junior College welcomes in the Eastern Wyoming Lancers. Our pregame show is brought to you by Northeastern Junior College. From Plains to Possibilities, Northeastern Junior College has the educational path for you. Learn more about NJC and set up your tour today by visiting njc.edu. The Eastern Wyoming Lancers come to town. They are 6-6 on the season. They took a 72-59 victory against NJC back on the 20th of November in Torrington, Wyoming. The Plainsmen are now 2-7 on the season after losing both games this past weekend, but played close against Colorado Northwest and the Northeastern Plainswomen. They continue to battle. It's a season of attrition for them thus far. They're going to play with 9 suited players again today. The Northeastern Plainswomen have, I believe it is 4 out due to injury right now, and then there's a couple others that hopefully will be able to come back. They will get Giselle Sellis, the volleyball player, in uniform tonight. I don't know if she will play, as I do not believe she had but just the one practice yesterday in today's walkthrough in the warm-ups. Eastern Wyoming, meanwhile, it's not like this Eastern Wyoming team is overtly dominant. They do have a very, very talented scorer in the Australian Texan, Madison Bush Lewis. The Spanish player Yaiza Paredes has really been a very good component. She was very talented against NJC last year, gave the Plainsmen all sorts of troubles as they went through the matchups in the regular season. Eastern Wyoming has won 4 in a row. But when you look at the numbers, these two teams are not all that different outside of the points per game. NJC averages about 10 fewer points per game this season, and I think some of that is due to the injury, but you look at the rebounds a game, you look at the shooting percentage, you look at the turnovers, you look at the free throw shooting, all of that, there's really not that much difference. The one difference is that Eastern Wyoming forces a lot of turnovers. They average 13 steals a game, and they have 5 different players that average at least 1 steal a game. When you're 12 games into the season and you can average better than 1, that's impressive. Then you go 4 of those 5 are averaging 2 steals a game. They're a problem on the defensive side, are the Eastern Wyoming Lancers. They have been a problem for several teams this season. And Coach Tim Larson, he has I think a talented squad that is going to be able to contend with some of those tough teams in the north. This Plainswomen team, though, if you can hang on to the basketball, you can play with Eastern Wyoming because the offensive numbers are the same. And that's where we find our key to the contest, brought to you by Carpet Comfort Center. The largest selection of flooring in Northeast Colorado. The flooring you need with a professional installation. Stop by in the Broadway Plaza Shopping Center in Sterling, where comfort is their middle name. You've got to limit your turnovers. And I know that's basketball 101, but given how this season has gone so far for NJC, you almost have to break it back down to that basketball 101. When you're playing with 8-9 players on a game, you really have to make everything fundamentally sound. You have to do those little things right and limit those turnovers. But I think more so than that, the problem that NJC had in the first meeting with Eastern Wyoming was that they became very stagnant. And that was the problem I noticed when they were up in Twin Falls this past weekend and watching some of their games is they really just didn't move a lot. And it wasn't, we're down 25 or whatever, so we're going to quit. It's not that kind of not moving. It's early in the game where you're just kind of standing around and watching Daniela Garcia-Gasco or Yali Benarouche to go out and do that. And I've talked about it before in our broadcasting covering Northeastern Junior College and basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. I am a older school guy when it comes to the sport of basketball, and I don't like the new, I can't stand to watch the new NBA. I just can't. I don't like the way that basketball is going in that regard, where it's 2-game, and you've got to make the moves off ball. You have to do those, and that's something that when I was setting up equipment this afternoon, getting ready for our broadcast here on the Eastern Plains Sports Network, I heard them preaching in the walkthrough today for NJC. You've got to move off ball. You have to make sure that you're making the defense work, especially a team that wants to go for the steals. If you're just standing around, your defender is going to be able to flare off of you and be able to create some of those turnovers. So you've got to make Eastern Wyoming work if you want to have an opportunity to win this game. Limit the turnovers, move the basketball, move without the basketball, So that's the simple. It is the simple basketball 101 coming into this. But I think NJC's got an opportunity in this game, an opportunity on Friday, and then they go down to New Mexico to wrap Christmas break. I think they can take some positives in what has been a rough first part of the season due to injury. We'll take a break, and when we come back, starters and tip-off next. It's Northeastern basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back inside the Bank of Colorado Event Center we come as the Northeastern Junior College Plains women get set to take on Eastern Wyoming. And we meet our starting lineups, which are brought to you on the Eastern Plains Sports Network by Stubbs. Sports fans, when you're traveling, need the one stop that has it all. Stop by at Stubbs in Wiggins, exit 66A, and let them take care of you. The Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen are 2-7 on the year. Eastern Wyoming is 6-6 on the year, a second meeting of the season. While high school basketball season is getting underway in the Eastern Plains and the state of Colorado, we're already to second meeting of the year type matchups in the college basketball scene. Let's go to the public address announce system to get this evening underway. Good evening and welcome to the Bank of Colorado Event Center for this evening's Region 9 basketball contest between the visiting Eastern Wyoming Lancers and your Northeastern Plainswomen. Before we meet the participants in this evening's contest, we ask that everyone please rise and remove cover as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet the starting lineups for this evening's contest. First for the visiting Eastern Wyoming Lancers. A sophomore wearing number 2, Rhea Sager. A freshman wearing number 5, Madison Bush Lewis. A sophomore wearing number 11, Lucy DeVoy. A sophomore wearing number 12, Ariadna Martinez. And a sophomore wearing number 21, Yaifa Paredes. The Eastern Wyoming Lancers are coached by Tim Larson. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Northeastern Plains women. She's a 5'5" freshman from Greeley, Colorado, wearing number 3, Madison Cepeda. She's a 5'9" freshman from Keensburg, Colorado, wearing number 5, Riley Phelps. She's a 6'1" sophomore from Spain, wearing number 8, Daniela Garcia Gasco. She's a 5'10" sophomore from Israel, wearing number 12, Yali Benarouche. And a 5'6" freshman from Albuquerque, New Mexico, wearing number 23, Monique Sena. The Northeastern Plainswomen are coached by Brunson Moton. Let's play ball! Plainswomen in the white uniforms, the Lancers in the black. Plainswomen will be headed right to left, Lancers left to right. Tip-off brought to you by Baylor Mechanical, your local Lennox dealer. Baylor Mechanical in Sterling, 970-522-0471. Don't take your comfort for granted. Plainswomen win the opening tip, bring it into the front court, and set the offense up. Daniela Garcia Gasco outside the arc, working on the right wing. She'll make a move to the far side, looking for Cepeda. Cepeda can't handle the basketball, and that's a Plainswomen turnover on the opening possession of the game. EWC will walk it into the front court with Madison Bush Lewis setting the offense up. Bush Lewis on the left wing, hands it off to Paredes. Paredes back to Bush Lewis. Then up top, she'll go for Sager. Sager, long range shot up, no good. Offensive rebound down by Paredes won't go, and the board collected by Yali Benarouche. After the offensive putback opportunity, Plainswomen looking to run the floor, quickly pushing on the near side. Down into the corner, Cepeda from 16, bangs iron, doesn't go, and the rebound pulled down by Lucy DeVoy. Scoreless nearly a minute into quarter number 1. Top of the key is Lucy DeVoy with the ball for EWC, turns to her left, back to her right, shot won't go, and Riley Phelps comes down with the rebound. Lancers 0 for 3. Plainswomen turned the ball over and missed their lone shot on their second possession. So both sides trying to find their footing early in this one. Off ball, we get a foul, fighting for position on a screen. That's on Lucy DeVoy. First foul in the game. 5 fouls in a quarter before you shoot free throws. Inbound to the left of the hoop. Fresh 20 on the shot clock with the foul. Daniela Garcia Gasco will drop it into Yali Benarouche. Yali to Cepeda. Entry pass intended for Garcia Gasco. Swatted out of bounds by Ariadna Martinez, the Spanish sophomore. They're bracketing Daniela Garcia Gasco. anytime the entry into the post comes in. Garcia Gasco shows a screen, trail over the top. Senna finds Benarouche, 8 on the shot clock. Yali gets it tipped out of her hands and into the EWC bench with 8.5 to go in the first quarter. Quick attempt here for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Ball be dropped in. Cepeda working to her left, drives in, drops it off. The ball tipped by EWC and a steal by Paredes. Quickly running the floor, Paredes will push far side, finding some room. Then she tries to drop it back out up top, and it's stolen away by Madison Cepeda. Cepeda then gets her pocket picked as she tries to push it back up to the top. Paredes picks it off, so those two just playing back and forth in transition. A 2 up, no good from Bush Lewis, and the rebound pulled down by Daniela Garcia Gasco. Senna walks into the front court, finds Benarouche, then Senna. A work against this man defense for EWC. Far side, Senna. Out to Daniela Garcia Gasco. She'll launch a long-range shot. It will not go. Rebound pulled down by Paredes. The Plainsmen still scoreless, as are the EWC Lancers. 7.5 to go first quarter. It's 0-0. Down underneath the hoop. A 2 rolls rim. Doesn't go in. Daniela Garcia Gasco comes away with the rebound off the missed shot from Paredes. Quickly in transition, Benarouche from downtown, bangs iron, doesn't go, and the board is contained by DeVoy. Turning quick transition back, going left to right for EWC, 7:10 to go in the first quarter. Transition 3 up, no good. Offensive rebound down by Paredes, and she is fouled. Second offensive rebound of the game for EWC. Foul is the first in the game on NJC. Will be on Yali Benarouche. So 2 free throws for Yaisa Paredes. UWC is 68% free throw shooting team. Paredes misses the first free throw. First quarter brought to you by Better Electric, covering all your electrical work, residential, commercial, agricultural. Better doesn't matter, 970-521-1030. Second free throw goes in, so the first bucket of the game, or first point of the game, goes to EWC nearly 3 minutes in. 1-0, Benarouche skips it across near side. 3 is up, hammers iron and does not go on the miss from Monique Senna, and DeVoy comes down with her third rebound. Quick transition back for Eastern Wyoming. Still both teams looking for their first made field goal of the game. Sager driving off the right wing, bounce around into the far corner. The 3 up over the outstretched arm of Phelps doesn't go. Offensive rebound, put back will not go, and Garcia Gasco comes away with the rebound on the miss from Martinez. Quick bolt up the floor. Garcia Gasco trails to Cepeda. Her 3 is wide right. Benarouche fighting for the rebound, and she will come up with it. The first offensive rebound of the game for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Garcia Gasco on the near side, dishes out up top. 3 for Senna is up. It's good. Monique Senna knocks it in, and the Northeastern Plainsmen take the lead. 3-1, 4 minutes in on the first field goal made of the game for either team. Bush Lewis trying to run the floor, hounded by Cepeda defensively. The leading scorer for Eastern Wyoming bounced the ball out of bounds off her own foot. So the Plainsmen going to walk it back up with 5:45 to go in the first. Senna, Garcia Gasco, backdoor feed, Benarouche, extra pass near side for Cepeda. Fall away from 12 on the baseline, does not go. Rebound contained by Paredes, her 4th rebound of the game. Quick run up the floor, she goes to the hoop, she lays it up and in. So off the rebound, ties us at 3 with 5:28 to go in the first quarter. Yali Benarouche runs around onto the far side for the Plainsmen. Skip across to the near for Santa. Baseball over to Yali from downtown. Yes, sir! Yali Benarouche knocks it down. Plainsmen leads 6-3. Good skip pass across from Senna to get that pass in. Back out comes EWC, and from downtown, Paredes knocks it down. Goes 6-5 on the board. Now it will be 6-all and tied. We'll have a media timeout next, dead ball. Senna, far side for the Plainsmen. Out up top for Daniela Garcia Gasco. Garcia Gasco working left side, trails to Riley Phelps. Phelps gets the ball tipped out of her hands. Garcia Gasco picks it back up, drives into the lane, and gets her pocket picked as she drives into the lane and tries to give it off by Paredes. Quick transition to the hoop shot up, no good, and bodies hit the floor. There is no travel call. I don't know how there was not a travel call on someone there. When your feet leave the floor, that is traveling, but somehow not called. Tie up. Arrow keeps it with EWC. 6-all, 4:20 to go, first quarter. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Six all as we come back to the Bank of Colorado Event Center in quarter number one between Northeastern and Eastern Wyoming. Women's game of the doubleheader on this Tuesday night. It's Beat Boosters night, so your entry into the game gets you a burger as well. So come enjoy basketball and a burger. As the Plainswomen will have the ball. It was not out of the. There was not a held ball. It was a traveling call, ultimately called before the immediate timeout. Veronica Beret came in for NJC, as did Markella Pissarra. Three is up and no good for Daniela Garcia Gasco, and the rebound is contained by Lucy DuBois for EWC, her fourth of the game. Daniela Garcia Gasco picks off the entry pass from Arianda Martinez. The Plainswomen will quickly run back into the front court, still tied at 6. Entry pass to Pizarra. Underneath the hoop, back out to Sena up top. Half the shot clock elapsed. Sena to Yali Benarouche, doubled on the baseline, trails it back out to Sena. Sena drives in, throws it up. Ball went in, but that is a charging call. As Monique Sena instigated that contact, the bench was excited. That was a heck of an athletic play by the freshman from Albuquerque, but the defender had position, and that was the correct call. So possession ends up empty for NJC. Their fifth empty possession this evening. Still tied at 6 with 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Top of the key, Bush Lewis loses it through her hands. Veronica Beret, the defensive stalwart, is on her. Around to Paredes, far side. She swings it back out up top for DuBois. Near side, Bush Lewis. Her three's up, no good. Daniela Garcia Gasco going up and getting the rebound. That's her fourth rebound of the game. Quick bolt into the front court. She will push onto the far side and get it back out up top and onto the near side for Veronica Beret. Beret, far side, Yali Benarouche hammers iron, doesn't go. Rebound fought for, ultimately won by Ariadna Martinez. 2:40 to go first, still tied at 6. Sprint into the front court now, but a steal by Pissarra for the Northeastern Plainswomen on the entry pass in. Out in front for Veronica Beret. Her shot won't go. Paredes comes down with the rebound. Lancers going left to right, back into the front court. They come with Bush Lewis. Bush Lewis drives off the right wing, blows past everybody, lays it up and in, gives the lead to EWC at 8-6 with 2 to go in the first. Pissarra lost the basketball briefly, has to back out and reset. Far side, Garcia Gasco, long range, too long on the range. And the Lancers attempting to collect the rebound were standing out of bounds. Daniela Garcia-Gasco is on pace if she continues the rebounding clip that she has put together right now. This season, she's on pace to end up as a top 3 rebounder in this program's history. Could move into the top 10 shortly after Christmas break. Riley Phelps comes in for NJC as Yali Benarouche dumps it in. They had to determine if possession changed on the airmailed 3. It did not, so shot clock didn't reset. Monique Senna off the screen, flies in and puts a jumper up free throw line and ties us for a third time in this first quarter. $1:45 to go in the first, 8-all between NJC and EWC. On the right wing, Paredes down into the near corner. She will come for Ilyasana Davis, who is from Aurora. Rebound tipped on the missed 3 from Paredes, and the board contained by Veronica Beret. Beret runs it into the front court. Sloppy on her pass. It is picked off by Paredes, her 4th steal of this first quarter. She'll run in transition, and an extra step taken by Lucy DeVoy, the Irish sophomore. So that'll be a turnover for Eastern Wyoming. They have turned the ball over 5 times. NJC has turned the ball over 6. The difference is 4 unforced turnovers for Eastern Wyoming, just 2 for NJC. 8-all, minute 5 to go. Top of the key 3. Senna hammers rim, doesn't go in. Rebound out of bounds after Phelps attempted to contain it. It was last touched by Eastern Wyoming. Lancers brought Alexandria Mims, the freshman from Denver, in last whistle. And re-enter in Bush Lewis. Or pardon me, no, that's Lorena Villarreal, the freshman from New Mexico. Plainsman drive, 10 on the shot clock. Pisada down into Phelps, too strong on her take, and the rebound contained ultimately by Mims. Quickly running into the front court, Bush Lewis, the leading scorer for the Lancers on the season. She'll hand it off to Paredes, who drives in. Her feed down underneath, stolen away by Veronica Beret. The Plainsmen creating some opportunities once again. Defensively, they've been very good this evening. Mid-block pass, Pisada. She turns, 2, scooped off iron, doesn't go. Rebound tipped, ends up in the hands of Villarreal. Quickly running are the EWC Lancers down into the near corner for Paredes. She is trapped, bounces it back out up top through the wickets of Davis. Bush Lewis with 7 on the clock in the quarter, launches a 3, bangs iron, doesn't go, and Yali Benarouche down with the rebound. That will end the first quarter. 8-8 our score after 1 in this Region 9 basketball contest between Northeastern and Eastern Wyoming. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Second quarter just underway. Daniela Garcia-Gasco down with the rebound off a missed 3 from Davis as we're tied at 8 back inside the Bank of Colorado Event Center. Senna with a 3 up, no good. Rebound ticks around. Veronica Beret down with the offensive rebound, and the putback is up and in. So Plainsmen take the lead at 10-8. 30 seconds into quarter number 2. Our second quarter brought to you by Sidney Regional Medical Center, Sidney, Nebraska. Online, SydneyRMC.com for more information. Daniela Garcia-Gasco tipped an entry pass intended for Alexandria Mims out. Then Phelps and Garcia-Gasco converged on Mims after she corralled it outside the three-point arc. Phelps caught her across the face, tagged with the foul, her first, team's first of quarter number 2. Lancers bring back in Lucy DeVoy. DeVoy 4 rebounds in the first quarter. Bush Lewis, the leading scorer on the season, trying to drive in and gets her pocket picked. How about that work there by the Plainsmen and Rebecca Segerman, who tipped that ball away. 10-8, backdoor feed to Segerman, who gives it off to Phelps from 6. It's good. Extra pass. Riley Phelps is able to knock it in, and it's the largest lead of the game for either team at 4. 12-8 NJC, 8:35 to go in the first half. Bush Lewis driving in. She collided with Segerman as she entered into the lane on that help defense. Madison Bush Lewis is averaging almost 17 points a game for Eastern Wyoming. She has just 2 and has turned the ball over 3 times for Eastern Wyoming. So the Plainsmen came in with a game plan and have taken her out thus far. She'll inbound baseline to Davis, and a moving screen on Alexandria Mims. That's the first foul on the Lancers in quarter number 2. So Plainsmen will take it back. Leading scorer for them thus far is Monique Senna, who has 5. Senna walks it into the front court. Senna, top of the key for Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Baseline feed, Veronica Beret back to Garcia-Gasco, inside out, and then Senna up top. Uses a screen from Segerman to drive in. 13 on the shot clock. Beret stops, drops. Baseline Garcia-Gasco. Over the head of Segerman goes the pass. It is run down by Villarreal. Villarreal in transition, kicks far corner. 3 is up, no good from Davis. Daniela Garcia-Gasco cannot contain the board.
Number 2, Raya Sadar, and number 12, Ariadna Martinez.
Garcia-Gasco will have an opportunity, as we mentioned, to stamp her spot in the history books. If she continues this rebound pace, she's averaging 10 rebounds a game, but she's already at 5 tonight. This is a chance for it to be her biggest game of the year if she continues to dominate on the glass. Ariadna Martinez, top of the key, gives it off to the just re-entered in Seger. Seger spinning left and back right down the lane, and she's tagged on the shoulder by Rebecca Segerman. That's 2 fouls on Segerman, and Yali Benarouche is begging to come in. She just got pulled off the floor for the re-entered in Cepeda. First free throw up and good for Rhea Seger. Second charitable chance goes in. So make it 12-10 NJC, 7:45 to go in the first. Senna runs into the front court. She'll set the offense up on the left, Cepeda on the right. Far corner, Daniela Garcia-Gasco tries to skip it out up top. Her pass is picked off, and then we get a foul on Segerman. That is 3 fouls. She didn't play until this second quarter. 3 fouls in 2.5 minutes, and she will take a seat for Yali Benarouche. But our key to the contest was limit your turnovers. 2 of those Segerman fouls are a direct result of turnovers by someone other than herself. Riley Phelps denies down underneath the hoop from Paredes. Kick back out into the near corner. It will come for Davis. Davis launches a 3 up, no good. Daniela Garcia-Gasco down with her 6th rebound of the game. She will find Cepeda, who sprints past the stripe with her orange shoes down the left side of the lane. Finally cut off as she headed toward the hoop. Trails it back out up top for Yali Benarouche to Senna, who drops baseline. 15 for Cepeda, up no good. Gets her own rebound on the tip. Kicks underneath the hoop for Garcia Gasco off the window, up and in. First points of the game for Daniela Garcia Gasco. Good feed by Cepeda to grow the lead back to 4 at 14-10 NJC. Sager on the right wing with it. She pops a three that doesn't drop. Yali Benarouche will contain the board for the Plainswomen, her fourth of the contest. She finds room running out in front. Reverse layup, no look, flicked it up and through. Yali Benarouche, an athletic move to grow that lead to 6, the largest of the game for either team. 6:10 to go, up 16-10 in the first half. Now make it 16-13 as Ilyasana Davis is open from downtown and knocks it down. Monique Senna walks into the front court for the Northeastern Plainswomen, and she'll set the offense up. Senna, Benarouche, and Garcia Gasco, long-range shot, way short. From Daniela. She is 0 for 4 from downtown. That will lead to a substitution. As back on will come Yaitha Paredes. Paredes been spelled ultimately by Ilyasana Davis. Madison Bush Lewis is back in. Just 2 points in the game. 16-13 NJC. Bush Lewis top of the key. Covered by Cepeda, spin in, kick out, up top for DeVoy. Far side, she finds Paredes, who took a step before she put the ball on the ground. That is a traveling call and a turnover. So Plainswomen going right to left, take it back. Walking into the front court will be Monique Sena, who, along with Yali Benarouche, are the two with 5 to lead the scoring. High-low, Riley Phelps is found underneath the rack. Cannot get her shot to go. Fought for the rebound. Lucy DeVoy contains her 5th of the game. And then a charging call taken by Senna in transition as she stepped in. And on the drive-in for Paredes was flattened by a forearm. So Riley Phelps takes a seat to go visit with the trainer. She's already got a compression sock on that right calf, but it looks like the left ankle that she is tending to. Maybe rolled up in the midst of that scrum underneath the hoop. Halfway through quarter number 2. Pisada, entry pass. Garcia Gasco turns and drops it off the window. That's another assisted bucket for NJC. Pushes the lead up to 5. Senna with the flyby. Can't get the steal. 18-13 NJC. Bush Lewis off the left wing. Fouled underneath. Yali Benarouche chopping at that shot. Garcia Gasco actually was in position to take the block. Yali gets her second foul. Media timeout, 4:45 to go first half, 18-13 NJC on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back inside the Bank of Colorado Event Center, the Northeastern Plainswomen lead Eastern Wyoming 18-13, 4:45 to go in the first half. Agricultural Accounting knows that you're a producer and not an accountant, so let them plow through your paperwork. Visit agman.co today and set up your consultation. It will be free throws out of the media timeout as Yali Benarouche's second foul was the 5th foul on the Plainswomen in quarter number 2. So 2 free throws for Madison Bush Lewis. who makes the first. Leading scorer on the season has not attempted a shot in quarter number 2, was 1 of 5 in quarter number 1, 3 total turnovers. She's averaging almost 17 points a game. Second charitable chance rattles in, so she has both to make it 18-15. 4:45 to go. Plainsman running the floor with Senna in the face of the pressure. Daniela Garcia-Gasco. She will work left side of the lane with the left off the window, muscles it up and through. She won that physical battle with Paredes. All 6 of her points in this quarter. Plainsman lead back by 5 at 20-15. Far side. Bush Lewis hands it off to Paredes. Paredes steps it off onto the near side for Seger. Bush Lewis on the bounce, working toward her left, pulls up, launches a 3 that hammers the front iron. Yaitha comes down with the offensive rebound. Out far side, 3 for DeVoy is up and in. Lucy DeVoy with the first made 3 of the game. Plainsman lead cut down to 2 at 20-18. Yali Benarouche on the far side to Madison Cepeda. Cepeda trying to drive on Bush Lewis. Ball punched out of her hands and out of bounds with 3:45 to go in the first half. Cepeda was the intended inbound from Yali Benarouche, but couldn't get open. Benarouche given off on the baseline, misses her 2, up and around and out. And DeVoy down with her 6th rebound of the contest. She will feed out in front for Paredes. Shot up, no good. Garcia-Gasco down with her 7th rebound of the game. 3:25 to go in the first half. Top of the key, Senna. Out to Yali Benarouche, who works around on that weave and then shove into the corner for Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Follow through, contact baseline. Skip pass across the baseline is stolen away. Jump of the passing lane by Paredes, her 5th steal of the game. She slings it back around. DeVoy down onto the baseline for Bush Lewis. Back to DeVoy for 3 in the lead. Yes, knocks it in. Lucy DeVoy drains it from downtown. Our 5th lead change of the game. Makes it EWC 21, NJC 20. Ball walk into the front court, and the offense will set up for NJC. Daniela Garcia-Gasco backing down on the baseline. Slings it out up top. It's stolen away by DeVoy, who jumps into the passing lane once again. Quick sprint and then a steal back by Senna as the Lancers try to run. She picked the pocket of Bush Lewis. 2:20 to go in the first half. 21-20 Eastern Wyoming. Entry pass from Yali Benarouche, stolen away by Lucy DeVoy again as she was fronting defensively. DeVoy to Paredes, and a steal by Garcia-Gasco. But she is whistled for the foul.
On the play by number 8, Daniela Garcia.
That's Danny's first foul of the contest, 6th on the Plainswomen. And Pisada will take a seat back in for NJC. Comes Riley Phelps after getting her left ankle worked on. First free throw is up and good for Paredes. She leads the Lancers in scoring with 7, also has 7 rebounds and 5 steals. The Spanish sophomore buries the second, so the largest lead of the game for Eastern Wyoming at 3, and then a full court pressure as Yali Benarouche will come back and dribble her way through that pressure. Up the left side of the floor, she'll trail it back out for Garcia-Gasco and then Senna, and the Plainsmen will slow it down under 2 to go into their half court to Cepeda from downtown, knocks it down. Madison Cepeda drains it, and the Plainsmen and Lancers are tied at 23. 100 seconds to go in the first half. Our side work, entry pass to the cutter, and right to the rack goes Lucy DeVoy. Beautiful find by Paredes, her 2nd assist of the quarter. 25-23, WC under 90 seconds to go in the first half. Skip across near side for Cepeda. Cepeda stutter steps and then hands it off to Monique Senna. Senna off to Yali Benarouche from downtown. Hammers the front iron, does not go, and Ariadna Martinez comes down with the rebound for the Lancers. In transition, the two's up, no good. Bush Lewis gets the rebound on the missed shot from Martinez. 3 up, no good. Phelps goes up, gets the rebound. Held ball arrow is NJC's. 56 seconds to go in the first half. Plainsmen trail EWC 25-23. Much more offense in this second quarter after an 8-8 quarter number one. Yali Benarouche up top. Senna on the right wing. Pulls back, pops it, won't drop it. Rebound, ping-pongs around, and Paredes comes down with her 8th of the game. She quickly runs the floor in transition. The trail is DeVoy, who's already knocked down 2. Now make it 3 from long range. She's the first player in the game in double figures with 11, and the lead is 5 for EWC. Shot clock off. Ball tipped out of bounds by the EWC defense. So the Plainsmen can have the final shot of the first half. Down 28-23, led by as many as 6 in this quarter, but from that point, it has been an 18-7 run for Eastern Wyoming. Senna, screen from Garcia Gasco, right side of the lane, off the window, will not go. Phelps fights for and comes away with the rebound and is fouled, going back up. She will earn a trip to the free throw line, the first free throws of the night for the Plainswomen. Ariadna Martinez whistled for her first. Plainswomen is a team 66% from the free throw line. Phelps knocks in the first charitable chance. .1 is plenty of time to get it down the floor if you're Eastern Wyoming. Second free throw will be waved off on a lane violation by one of the rebounders. So 28-24, Eastern Wyoming will roll it in, and Bush Lewis picks it up a quarter of the way into the court. Cepeda gets into her grill, forces it off to DeVoy from the logo, rolls rim, doesn't go in, and the rebound down by Daniela Garcia Gasco to end the first half. Eastern Wyoming 28, Northeastern 24. It's halftime. Beef Boosters night on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back inside the Bank of Colorado Event Center at halftime, the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen trail the Eastern Wyoming Lancers 28-24. Our halftime show brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Borrow your money Do your banking with people you know and people who know you. Stop by one of the locations across the area or visit equitable-savings.com. We're joined by Plains men basketball head coach Eddie Trinkle, as is our custom here at halftime. I don't think that's a bad first half from the Plainsmen. I thought they played pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the only thing, both teams are struggling to hit shots. I've seen probably more air balls this half than I've ever seen in a game in my life. Yeah. So you can tell it was a long weekend for our girls team down at CSI. And I don't know where Eastern played, but it must have been a long weekend for them too.
You look at this Plainsman team, and one of the hardest things that they're undergoing, that you're also kind of dealing with, is injuries have kind of worn them down at this point in the season.
Sure.
When you're playing with 8, this is really it's more than just a physical battle. It's a mental battle that Gabe and Bronson are having to deal with right now.
Yeah, they're just trying to, what do you do, right? You just try to get through it, and, it's that next person up mentality. The problem is they're running out of people.
Yeah.
So, I think they're shooting 9 girls right now, and playing 8 consistently, and then the 9th is, trying to learn the system and get in. So,
you guys have dealt with a wide range of injuries throughout this season. Brevin injured a month or so ago. You lose Keziah Williams yesterday to an injury during practice. But I think all in all, you've got to be happy with what your guys have done, especially given all the hurdles that you've had to deal with right now.
I felt really good coming into today.
Yeah.
I was gone this week. So we went down and played at CSI. We played really well. We actually played well against CSI. We did a nice job. Just kind of got worn out at the end, and they pulled away from us and beat us 20. But I felt like we played good. We competed. We didn't turn the ball. We turned the ball over in that game. And then the next night we played Coach Barlow, who was my old assistant last year. It's over at CNCC, and we just took control over that game really quick. We had too much for them, and ended up beating them by 25 or 24, whatever it was. But we played really good this weekend, and I felt really good coming in. And then I'm at my grandmother's funeral yesterday, and all of a sudden I see at 1:55 a phone call coming in to me, and I'm like, well, there's no way this is good.
Yeah.
This is right in the middle of practice, And it was my assistant, and he called in and said that because I had been hurt. And it's a substantial injury. He's going to be out the rest of the year. We're not getting him back.
Yeah.
He's actually in surgery. So if you're a person that believes in God, please pray for him and his family, because it's, it's a substantial injury that he is going to come back from. He will be back from it, but as long as the surgery goes well. But he has to have surgery. He's actually in surgery right now. So.
Yeah. The loss of Keziah and Brevin, sophomore leaders have now tasked your freshmen with having to step up. And I think Parker and Dodge Davis, man, they have stepped up in huge ways for you this year. I've been very impressed with what little I've seen from them.
Yeah, they're both really good players. They both can shoot it. They both can handle the ball. They both can attack the rim. Parker is more of a forward, and Dodge is more of a guard. But they both do a great job. And then obviously Ethan Carter has been a consistent starter and about a 20 and 10 for us almost every night, that he's out there. So, so those 3 freshmen have really stepped it up. We need Chase Manzani today. We need him to step it up. He's our last point guard.
Yeah.
We won't get Keith back. He's been battling a quadricep injury since the Jamboree.
Yeah.
So we haven't had him in one game yet. So I'm assuming he'll be back second semester, and we'll be good to go. At least we'll have another guard.
You're right.
So
right.
we will add another guard. I don't know, if Brevin will ever be able to come back this year. I'm obviously, we'll talk to him about next year if that's the case, if we have to. But I know he's feeling a lot better, and so every day he's doing a little bit better. But it's been a frustrating year because the one position I felt like we were really deep in is the one position we have nobody left in. So,
right.
But our forwards are really, really good right now. Our guard play is really good at the wing spots. We just got to make sure that our point guard play stays consistent. And if that means we got to do it by committee, we're going to do it by committee. We went down, Ben and Jacoby Jones lit it up against CSI in the second half. I wish he was 0 for 5 in the first half. If he hits 4 out of 5, we have the lead in the first half, you know. So, but I feel good about these kids, and I know they're really pushing themselves and making themselves better, and they're taking all these injuries, these weird injuries, in stride, and they're just stepping up and becoming better and better and better and better, you know. So I feel like second semester we could be that team that nobody wants to play, because I honestly, like, we're 4-4 right now. I feel like if we had Brevin and we had Keys, and obviously now I'm saying if we had Keziah, we'd be undefeated. Like, if we had those guys from the very beginning, we'd be undefeated. So we don't, you know, and that's been good for the rest of these guys, because now, like you said, the freshmen have to step up.
You guys have already played Eastern Wyoming this year,
Yep.
and you took a win in Torrington. Kind of weird to have 2 matches before Christmas against somebody, but does that help you coming in tonight knowing what you have to do, even though your lineup is definitely going to look a little bit different?
Yeah, and it was only a week ago we played them, so, you know, I mean, it's, yeah, we're going to, I would assume we know exactly kind of what they're doing, what they're going to try to do to us. You know, they probably don't know that Keziah is out. I mean, since it happened yesterday in practice, they're not going to know anything about it. But, you know, obviously when they come out and look and he's not out here warming up, they're going to know then. But, you know, and I think our guys will respond well. We didn't get a practice yesterday because the accident took place, you know, at 50 minutes into practice. And our guys were a little shook up, and I don't blame them for being shook up, you know. So it'll be one of those things that, like, can we be tough enough, and can we just put ourselves in a good mental spot to be successful, you know. Eastern Wyoming is a pesky team to get rid of. Like, we had chances at their place, Ben, to kind of I wouldn't say blow it open, but, you know, I mean, to step away from them and make it an easier win, and we just never could. They'd hit enough shots just to make our lives miserable. So, you know, I think we're ready to play tonight. We know what we're going to see. We're going to see they're going to pick us up full court a lot. They're going to run and jump us a little bit. They're going to come out in a 2-3 zone. They're going to come out in their man-to-man, you know, and offensively they're going to move the ball, and they're going to set some pretty good screens on the high side and try to get those shooters open. So we just got to do a good job of communicating tonight.
That's Coach Eddie Trinkle. We'll have the Plains men against the Lancers coming up next. Plains women trail 28-24 at half. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And we welcome you back into the Bank of Colorado Events Center. Halftime, the Northeastern Plainsmen trail Eastern Wyoming 28-24. Let's look at some numbers as we head to the second half. They're brought to you by First National Bank in Fleming. Bank your financial needs with Logan County Home Loan Bank since 1917. First National Bank in Fleming, member FDIC. Neither team shot really well in the first half, although Eastern Wyoming shot a tick better in quarter number 2, but neither team's even at 35% in this game. That's meant the rebounding has had to be key in this contest, and I think that's one thing that we didn't talk about on the pregame show. For both of NJC's wins this year, it was the only time they were plus in the rebounds, which means they had more rebounds than their opponent did. That's not the case in this first half. Eastern Wyoming has 20 rebounds. NJC has 18 rebounds. But the Plainsmen have been able to capitalize on their offensive rebounds more. They have turned 3 of their 4 offensive rebounds into second chance points. 6 offensive rebounds, only 3 of those have been turned into second chance points for the Eastern Wyoming Lancers, so a lower ratio, even though the second chance points numbers are very, very key. Turnovers was our key to the contest, though. Hang on to the basketball, move the ball. The Plainsmen have moved the ball well in the first half. They have 5 assists in half number 1 on the 11 made baskets, but their turnovers crept up on them in quarter number 2. They have 11 turnovers. They've been able to force a few turnovers, though, from Eastern Wyoming, though. EWC has 10 turnovers thanks to NJC having put together 5 steals in half number 1. So I think that that's something that they can do successfully as we head to half number 2, is continue to be able to create some turnovers. We'll see what adjustments Coach Larson made in the locker room for the Eastern Wyoming Lancers and the Plainsmen, who are playing again with 9 suited, but only 8 really. Giselle Sellas is suited for NJC, but only 2 practices coming off of volleyball season, so they don't expect her to play this evening unless absolutely necessary. Eastern Wyoming going right to left with the ball to begin quarter number 3. DeVoy, the leading scorer, with 11 points in the far corner, works it around the perimeter. Out up top, the 3 is up and good for Segar. Segar with her first field goal made in the game and grows the lead to 7, the largest lead of the game for either team, 31-24. Plainsmen's opening possession in this second half. Quick sprint into the front court. Riley Phelps, baseline from 10 off the window, no good. And Paredes comes down with the rebound, her 9th of the contest. The Spanish sophomore trots into the front court and sets the offense up. Bush Lewis, leading scorer on the year, has been held in check tonight. Just 4 points underneath the hoop. The shot up, no good from Ariadna Martinez. She is fouled, though. That is Riley Phelps, her first of the second half, second of the game. So Martinez, the Spanish sophomore, to the line. A lot of international flair on this roster for EWC. England, New Zealand, Ireland, 2 from Spain, Australia. First charitable chance falls in for Martinez, her first point of the game. Second goes as well, so the lead is 9, 33-24. Nearly a minute off the clock in quarter number 3 as Daniela Garcia-Gasco brings it into the front court. Garcia-Gasco, leading scorer in the game with 6 for the Plainsmen. Tosses it across far side to Senna. Skip around near side. Benarouche. 3 is up and good. Yali. Now the leading scorer in the contest. She has 8 long-range knockdown and then comes up with a steal as the Lancers try to trot into the front court and set it up in transition. 3 up, no good. Rebound tipped around. Riley Phelps cannot come up with it. Plainsmen trail 33-27. Really thought maybe you could ignite something with the Yali Benarouche 3 that was knocked down there. Bush Lewis covered by Cepeda and has been most of tonight. She enters it down into Ariadna Martinez, turns in the 2 up short, and the rebound caroms out to Madison Cepeda. Cepeda to Senna, back to Cepeda, logo 3. Yes! Madison Cepeda drains it from long range, and a timeout by the Plainsman bench as they're within 3, 8:06 to go in the third quarter, trailing 33-30. Timeout on the Eastern Plains Sports Network is brought to you by Bank of Colorado. Apply for the loan you need for your dream home fully online. bankofcolorado.com for all the information. Bank of Colorado, member FDIC. This kicks off a busy week of basketball for us here on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Sterling and Yuma also going on right now over on 105.7 KPMX. Friday, we have the Carlisle Classic as we head out to Pete's. And the kickoff to the high school basketball season for yours truly will be the 8 games in 24 or 25 hours. We start at 4 o'clock with Caliche Prairie girls and guys, then Pete's and North Park girls and Pete's and Lone Star boys. Losers play at 10:30 and noon on Saturday morning, and the winners play at 1:30 and 3 for the Carlisle Classic. It's been going on a long, long time. This will be my 18th consecutive year doing the Carlisle Classic. And very excited to kick off the season because our 4 o'clock game on Friday right here on 94.5 The Ranch, it's number 9 versus number 10 in the state. It's one way to kick off your season. Out of the NJC timeout, it's 33-30 EWC, 8 to go in the third quarter. Lancers working right to left. Daniela Garcia-Gasco denies the initial take from Paredes. Offensive rebound down by Sager. And then Garcia-Gasco fouls her going back up for the shot.
Team second at the line. Shoot free throws.
So 2 free throws for the English sophomore. Cigar knocks in the first. Second goes as well, so that's 6 points for her. 35-30 EWC is Madison Cepeda walks it into the front court. Cepeda to Sena, far side, around to Benarouche, near side, baseline. Cepeda drops it off Phelps. 2 is up and in. Good extra movement of the ball for the Plainswomen. Riley Phelps with 5. Another assisted basket for NJC. In transition, nobody stops Cigar, and Cigar lays it up and in. She has 6 points since halftime and grows the lead back to 5, 37-32. Monique Sena walks it into the front court and sets the offense up. Sena to Garcia-Gasco, backdoor feed for Yali Benarouche. Yali gets it tipped out of her hands and out of bounds by Yaisa Paredes. So the inbound pass will go into the hands of Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Works off the right wing, drives in, doubled as she drives in off a screen, and the foul on Ariadna Martinez will put Daniela Garcia-Gasco at the free throw line. Garcia-Gasco averaging 11 points, 10 rebounds on the season. Knocks in the first. 7 points, 8 rebounds right now. Second hammers out, rebound out off of EWC, so it will still be Northeastern ball. And down to the right of the hoop. Yali Benarouche tosses it in to Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Sent on the near side. Skip pass across, tipped, stolen away, running the floor. Big block in transition. Garcia-Gasco swatting away the Paredes shot after her 6th steal of the game. Lancers will bring Sharmarie Smith, a freshman from Texas, in for the first time in the game. Smith gives it to her fellow Texan, Madison Bush Lewis, comes near corner. Shot up, no good on the three from Cigar. And the rebound bounds out of bounds, far side. 6:35 to go, third quarter. EWC 37, NJC 33. Front end of a doubleheader tonight. Monique Senna walks into the front court, and she'll set the offense up. Senna hands it off to Yali Benarouche. Backs out, works it near side. Senna from downtown, comes up short. Rebound down by Cepeda on the offensive glass. She'll back out into the near corner. Daniela Garcia-Gasco with 7 on the shot clock. Spins in the lane, looking for the backdoor feed. Finds Riley Phelps, who lays it up and in. Daniela Garcia-Gasco, another assisted bucket for the Plainswomen. They're within 2, and then a steal by Garcia-Gasco. The Plainswomen will run the other way. Daniela with Yali Benarouche takes it all the way in, draws the foul, and will head to the free throw line. Foul is on Lucy DuBois with 5:53 to go in the third quarter. Entire defense, well, it was a 2-on-2 fast break, and the entire defense followed Daniela Garcia-Gasco, but she didn't have a lane to get the ball across to Yali Benarouche. So did the right thing by attacking the hoop, and if she was allowed to shoot, Yali Benarouche was in perfect position for an offensive rebound. Garcia-Gasco knocked in the first and will look for the tie on the second, which she gets, our 5th tie of the game. 5 ties, 5 lead changes, 37 all, 5:50 to go in the third quarter between the Plainswomen and the Lancers. Left wing, Seger with the ball. Down into the far corner, she will find Mims, who came back in. Back out to Bush Lewis. Downtown, she knocks it down. She hadn't scored since first quarter, now has 7 in the game. 40-37 EWC. Drive on the near side. Yali Benarouche out to Cepeda from 16. Buries the bucket. Another assisted bucket for the Plainswomen. Starting to see the offense develop with the continued focus on the distribution. 40-39 Eastern Wyoming. Nearly halfway through the third quarter. Smith with it, top of the key. Around near side for Bush Lewis. Off to DuBois, long range, knocks it in again. Lucy DuBois is 4 of 7 from downtown in the game. Throws the lead out to 4, 43-39. Halfway through the quarter, Yali Benarouche to Phelps in the far corner, trying to thread the needle. Phelps' pass is picked off. In transition comes Cigar. Cigar to the hoop. Shot up, no good, and the rebound ripped down by Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Plainswomen baseball up the floor to Yali Benarouche. She fumbles it out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover for NJC and take us to the media timeout. Eastern Wyoming 43, NJC 39. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. (43-39) Eastern Wyoming leads Northeastern back with 4:34 to go in quarter number 3. I'm Ben Bleck of the Northeastern Plainswomen. Distribution continues to be the story. They passed the ball well today. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 assists for the Northeastern Plainswomen on 16 made shots. Eastern Wyoming going right to left has the ball out of the media timeout. Madison Bush Lewis, their leading scorer on the year. 5 points since halftime. Will set the offense up. Drive in and kick onto the left wing. for Ariadna Martinez. 10 on the shot clock. Drive, left side. Ball out of the hands of the tumbling Cigar, and a turnover for Eastern Wyoming. Plainsman got Markella Pizarra on the media timeout. Top of the key, Senna from long range. Shot does not go. Rebound tipped. And Madison Bush-Lewis comes down with the board. Quick in transition. We get a foul on Monique Senna as she one-on-one was trying to stay in front of Cigar.
Foul played by number 23, Monique Senna.
It's Monique's second foul in the game. Third foul on NJC in the second half. So the Lancers will inbound to the right of the hoop. Bush-Lewis pushes it in. Out up top to Smith. Left wing. Bush-Lewis gets it back. Smith up top. Not a lot of movement off ball for Eastern Wyoming. Drive into lane, the 2 up, back iron doesn't go. Daniela Garcia-Gasco down with her 10th rebound on the game. On the missed shot from Mims. In transition, Plainsman finds Cepeda right to the hoop. Madison Cepeda into double figures in scoring with 10. 43-41, Eastern Wyoming's lead cut down to 2, and then a steal by Veronica Beret as the Lancers quickly sprinted into the front court. Far side, Daniela Garcia-Gasco bangs iron, doesn't go. Rebound is pulled down by Smith. Bush-Lewis, top of the key, drives into lane. The 2 back iron doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Monique Senna. Plainsman looking for the tie or the lead. It's the lead. No foot on the line, too. It is a tie at 43, our 6th tie of the game. Daniela Garcia-Gasco with the 11. 43 all, 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Into the lane, the pass pushes for Smith. Smith kicks out far side for Bush-Lewis. Bush-Lewis pulls back, puts a 2 up from 12 and knocks it in. She has 9, 7 of it since halftime. 45-43, Eastern Wyoming, 2:20 to go in the third. Veronica Beret flies into the lane. Her 2 up may be altered by Lucy DuBois, who comes down with her 7th rebound of the game. Cigar will turn and walk it into the front court and set the offense up. Bush-Lewis pulls back from downtown, knocks it down. Eastern Wyoming starting to heat up offensively. Bush-Lewis has 12 points, 9 of it since halftime. The second Lancer in double figures. 48-43, Garcia-Gasco left side of the lane. 2 up, no good. Rebound is pulled down by DuBois. She launches it out in front. Bush-Lewis to the hoop. She lays it up and in. 50-43. That's a 7-point lead underneath the hoop. Madison Cepeda with the ball. Ball punched out of her hands and out of bounds. So the Eastern Wyoming Lancers bring 4 of 5 new faces in. Ilyasana Davis will be the point guard. Yatha Paredes will return. Plainsman get Phelps in for Garcia-Gasco, who sits for the first time in this second half. Riley Phelps off the inbound pass, has it near the top of the key, drives right side of the lane, drops it off to Pizarra. Pizarra, a little left-handed scoop underneath a double team defensively, and then commits the foul after the rebound is contained by Ariadna Martinez.
It's her first team score.
1:19 to go, third quarter. Eastern Wyoming popped off for 20 in quarter number 2, 22 here in quarter number 3. NJC had 16 in quarter number 2, 19 in quarter number 3 after an 8-8 first quarter. How about another steal? Madison Cepeda picks the pass off from Bush-Lewis. She runs the floor for the Plainsmen. Veronica Beret on the near side, and then Monique Senna. Senna right side of the lane. She's fouled as she elevates. She will garner a trip to the free throw line. Monique's done a lot of really good things today. She hadn't scored since the first quarter, but she has 4 assists. She has a couple steals. She's hanging on to the basketball. And those are the kind of little things that I'm looking for the develop on this basketball team for the Plainsmen. Riley Phelps talking with one of the officials. Apparently he thought that she had jewelry in that she shouldn't have in. Something glinted that shouldn't have glinted, I guess. Lane violation for NJC. So that's the second time today that someone shooting a free throw has had the second one waved off because of a lane violation by a rebounding teammate. 50-44 EWC. Another steal. Monique Senna picks the pass off on the drive forward from Davis. 42 seconds to go in the third. On the near side, Pizarra. She makes a move in, stops and swings. Pass far side. Bush Lewis jumps into the passing lane and quickly runs the other way. Monique Senna up. She caused some consternation on the shot from Bush Lewis, but contained the rebound while standing out of bounds. So 26.2 seconds to go in the quarter. Now I think the question is, did the shot hit the rim? I don't believe that it, well, they reset it to 20, but it was above 20. There we go. It's 25 on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock, virtually synchronous as Bush Lewis launches a three. Does not go. Offensive rebound by Villarreal. Out for a three, up, no good. Offensive rebound down by Martinez on the missed long-range shot. Bush Lewis, two, pushes over and tumbles through. 52-44. Senna from 30. Back iron doesn't go. Ends quarter number 3. Eastern Wyoming, a 24-point third quarter. The Plainswomen scored 20. They're down 8 as they head to the fourth. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen trail 52-44 as we welcome you back into the Bank of Colorado Event Center for the fourth quarter. First of a doubleheader tonight, men to tip at 7:30 against the Eastern Wyoming Lancers. Our fourth quarter is brought to you by Rudy's Tires. Several locations across the area, so there's always one close by. Visit rudystires.com for more information. They bring you Eastern Plains Sports Today weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1010 KSIR. Plainswomen will have the basketball to begin the fourth quarter. It will be in the hands of Madison Cepeda. Segerman comes in. First time Segerman's been in since the early stages of the second quarter when she picked up 3 quick fouls. Daniela Garcia-Gasco driving in, triple teamed and got her pocket picked. Another NJC turnover has opened the door for Eastern Wyoming. Left side of the lane drive for Bush Lewis, who had a mammoth quarter number 3. She scored 12 of her team high 16 in that quarter. Show the handoff to Davis, far side 2, fall away from 16, and it's through for Ariadna Martinez. She has 4 points in the game. The lead is 10, the largest of the game for the Lancers at 54-44. Madison Cepeda walks it into the front court and sets the offense up. Cepeda gives it off to Veronica Beret. Back out up top for a 3 that does not go for Garcia-Gasco, but an offensive rebound by Segerman up and in for her first points of the contest. Plainsmen have capitalized on 5 of their 6 offensive rebounds tonight. Lancers, top of the key with it, and Ariadna Martinez out to the near side, and the three's up, no good. And Garcia Gasco up for her 11th rebound of the game on the missed long-range shot. She'll find Segerman, who sprints it up the floor, fouled as she goes up for the shot. Foul whistled on, I believe, Villarreal.
Foul on the play by number 13, Lorena Villarreal.
Freshman from New Mexico.
Number 12,
Yali Benarouche comes in for Veronica Perret. Yali 8 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. Daniela Garcia Gasco, 11 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. Each have a steal, a block as well for Daniela Garcia Gasco. Madison Cepeda with 10 points. Like, you're getting what you expect to get out of those 3. Riley Phelps with 7. Has been a nice work tonight. Second free throw doesn't go for Segerman. Benarouche down with the rebound. Shot up, no good. Loose ball rebound, and Pisada comes away with it. Driving into the lane, Segerman. She will get her pocket picked ultimately by Ariadna Martinez. 54-47, top of the key. Paredes, who started the ball game huge for Eastern Wyoming, has been held in check. She gives the ball off, and Daniela Garcia Gasco down with her 12th rebound of the game. 54-47, still 8 to go. Plenty of time for NJC as Madison Cepeda throws it in for Pisada. Markella Pisada stands 5'11", but she needed to be about 6'11" to make that catch.
Checking in for the Lancers, number 11, Lucy DeVoy.
Lucy DeVoy comes back on. She will replace Madison Bush-Lewis. DeVoy's been able to capitalize on Bush-Lewis's slow start tonight. 14 points for the Irish sophomore. Lancers sloppy as they bring it into the front court. Ball goes out of bounds off a foot deemed to be Madison Cepeda's foot. Lancers drop it in to DeVoy. DeVoy and Eliasani Davis on the far side, now working across the perimeter. It'll come near side for Paredes. Ariadna Martinez, 6 on the shot clock, out up top for Davis. Feed in to DeVoy. DeVoy has to put a quick 2 up, and it falls through. Closing seconds of the shot clock. She knocks it down, tied for the team high and game high with 16 points is Lucy DeVoy. 56-47, 7:10 to go. Shot up, no good on the drive off the left wing from Daniela Garcia Gasco, but she will earn a trip to the free throw line on Eliasani Davis's second foul.
Checking for Lancers, number 5, Madison Bush-Lewis.
Bush-Lewis back in. Plainsman will get Monique Senna back on as well, replacing Cepeda.
Number 23, Monique Senna.
Senna. Nice start to this ball game, and I think that's another one you're starting to see for this Northeastern team. Other players really be able to perform well. That depth development, I think, is going to be integral into this team's opportunity to continue to grow and have a shot in that Region 9 South standings. Both free throws down for Daniela Garcia Gasco, 56-49. Bush Davis on the baseline, doubled down, and the ball goes out of bounds off the foot of Daniela Garcia Gasco. Timeout will be taken here by Coach Bronson Moton. Oh, no, he wants to review that. Have to get used to the different hand signals. In volleyball, when you want to review something, you come out and you hold up a C. In basketball, it's that spin a finger in the air in a circle motion. You do have the cameras in these gyms and review. Last year was the first year it was a part of Region 9 basketball. I think we've had it for 3 years at the national level. Maybe 4. Trying to remember. But there are certain, like in volleyball, certain things you can review, and who last touched the ball can be one of those. And tough part of this might be, though, the play happened in front of the Eastern Wyoming bench. The camera on that sideline is down on the NJC end of the bench. So 2 officials take a look. Now the most veteran of the officials will go and join the look. From the courtside command center. And looks like the review will be unsuccessful. Ball will stay Eastern Wyoming possession at the end of their own bench with 6:57 to go in the fourth quarter. 56-49 EWC. Lorena Villarreal will inbound to the end of that bench. They'll drop it in to Madison Bush-Lewis. 16 points in the game. Bush-Lewis out up top for Paredes. Bush-Lewis with 10 on the shot clock off the left wing. Trips it back out up top. Right side of the lane, Garcia Gasco got out of position defensively, and Segerman had to come over and help and picks up her 4th foul of the contest.
Teams first.
Has played all of about 5 minutes in this game. She played 90 seconds in the second quarter and tagged with 3 fouls, 2 of which by turnovers from teammates that hung her out to dry, and then that one there having to help across defensively. First free throw goes in for Ariadna Martinez, as does the second. So Martinez has 6 points, all of it in the second half, lead back up to 9. 58-49. Segerman on the right wing, spins back to her right, puts it up from long range. Foot on the line too, but did knock it down. Segerman with 5. Plainswomen trail 58-51 with 6:20 to go. High post, Ariadna Martinez. Down into the near corner. 3 is up, no good, and Daniela Garcia Gasco down with her 13th rebound of the game on the Paredes miss. Garcia Gasco tries to blow by after feigning a handoff, trips it to the free throw line for Yali Benarouche, who falls away and knocks it down. Yali, the third Plainswoman in double figures with 10. 58-53, Plainswoman back within 5. Left wing, Villarreal. Onto the block, Ariadna Martinez. Jump ball, hard work by Segerman, playing with 4 fouls. Arrow keeps it with EWC. And Rhea Segar will step in and replace Villarreal, or is it Villarreal? Yeah, it was Villarreal. She replaced on the floor. Bush-Lewis off the inbound pass. Gets it back. Shot up, no good. Pizarro comes away with the rebound. Bush-Lewis, outside of that explosion in the third quarter, has largely been held in check tonight. Plainswoman can get within a single possession. Senna, backdoor feed. Segerman shovels it off to Yali Benarouche. Yali up top for Daniela Garcia Gasco. Feeds it onto the wing. Near side, now backing into lane. Pizarro, the 2. The scoop, it's through. Markella Pizarro with her first bucket of the game. Plainswoman trail by just 3, 58-55 with 5:10 to go in quarter number 3. A 30-second timeout for the Eastern Wyoming Lancers as they want to try and chop this up with a media timeout coming up at the 5-minute mark. So try and give yourself a possession where you can knock down a bucket and then have a breather and set yourself up for the long run down to close this game. Gordon Insurance mitigates risk on the farm with your livestock insurance and in your everyday life. 970-526-6139. (58-55). Plainswomen have pushed back. They have outscored the EWC Lancers on a, what is that, 9-3 advantage over the last minute and a half of the game. Bush Lewis off the inbound, tries to set the offense up and bounces it off her own foot and out of bounds. They had the play exactly as they drew it up, getting an ISO for Bush Lewis on the near side, and then just fumbled the ball away. It's the Plainsmen look to get back within 2 or tie. High-low down underneath Pisada. Finds the ball. Jump ball quickly whistled. It's NJC ball, but with 4:50 to go, that will take us to the media timeout, or should take us to the media timeout, unless they counted the review as the media. Must have counted the review as the media. So baseline inbound for NJC. Yali Benarouche, 3 up near side for the tie. Yali knocks it down. Yali with 13, and we're tied for a 7th time tonight. 58 all, 4:35 to go, 4th quarter. Bush Lewis near the top of the key. Works it around far side for Cigar. Cigar stops and drops. Back out up top for Ariadna Martinez. Down in the lane, Devoy, the fall away 2. It's up and through. Devoy with 18, leading scorer for the Lancers. They lead 60-58. 4:10 to go. Senna spinning back to her right, out to Yali Benarouche. Yali across to Segerman. Shows the 3, steps to her left, pops the 3, won't drop the 3. And the rebound contained by Ariadna Martinez. Quickly running are the Lancers. Devoy, who hit 4 threes in the first half. Hands it off to Paredes. Out to Bush Lewis, who puts up a 3, doesn't go. Yali Benarouche comes away with the rebound. Plainsmen again can tie or take the lead. Quick sprint up for Senna. Senna doubled on the baseline. No look throw out to Yali for the lead. It kisses the rim and doesn't go in. Lancers quickly run back into the front court, and the ball out of bounds off of Daniela Garcia-Gasco. She tipped it out of the Lancers' hands. Segerman will take a seat, and Madison Cepeda comes back in. Cepeda was the first one to double figures tonight. She has 10 points. 7 of it came in the 3rd quarter. 60-58 EWC, 3:24 to go. Entry pass attempted far side by Paredes, denied by Garcia-Gasco. Baseline drive and a huge swat away for Daniela Garcia-Gasco on the drive from Cigar. Plainsmen quickly run back into the front court for 3 in the lead. No good from Senna. The rebound contained for EWC as Bush Lewis will run the floor. Bush Lewis keeps her dribble as she takes a tumble. Switch, Yali Benarouche now on her. Much taller player is Paredes, being defended by Cepeda. Kick into the far corner. 3 up, no good. Senna going for the rebound, got knocked to the deck. And Eastern Wyoming will get the timeout on the offensive rebound from Ariadna Martinez. Coach Moton is arguing that should have been a foul on Eastern Wyoming there, but not the case in that situation. According to the official, it was a dual possession type situation, at least based on the hand signals. Plains women basketball on the road the rest of 2025. They go to Rock Springs, Wyoming this weekend, then Hobbs, New Mexico next. We'll next be on air with the Plains women basketball team on the 7th of January. Plains men will be at home following this against EWC. They go to Rock Springs this weekend. Then they have the Region 9 crossover against Western Wyoming next Friday, Laramie County next Saturday, 7 o'clock on Friday, 4 o'clock on Saturday, both right here on 94.5 The Ranch. We have NJC Wrestling 2 next Thursday against Otero. Inbound pass out of the timeout for Eastern Wyoming. Drive into the lane. Extra step driving in from Cigar was aided by Yali Benarouche. Yali's 3rd foul, and Yali comes out worse for the wear. I think may have caught a phalange to the eye. Should take a moment here and step off the line. Monique Senna will take her place on the line as the first free throw from Cigar is knocked in, or not knocked in. 60-58, 2:36 to go. Second charitable chance rattles through, so make it a 3-point game. Cigar with 9. Madison Cepeda will sprint into the front court for the Plainswomen. Cepeda, teardrop 2, up and through. Plainswomen within 1, 61-60 with 2:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Lucy DuBois, top of the key, down underneath Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Another block on the Martinez shot, third block of the game for Garcia-Gasco. Senna runs it into the front court. Garcia-Gasco, left side of the lane. She stops, drops, far side. Phelps from 15 for the lead. Will not go in. Cigar comes down with the board. She quickly runs with Cepeda on her hip pocket. Pushing it back to DuBois on the trail, then out up top for Paredes. Paredes drives past everybody, and Phelps with the block, coming up with the stuff away on the shot. Plainswomen quickly sprint with Senna up the floor. She flies in, sandwiched by the defense. Cannot get the shot to go. Ariadna Martinez down with the rebound. Ball thrown near the backcourt, saved by Bush Lewis. Plainswomen quickly rotate. DuBois launches a 3. It bangs iron, doesn't go in. And the rebound tipped it into the hands of Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Still 61-60 EWC. 80 seconds to go fourth quarter. Monique Senna. Around near side, Yali Benarouche out up top for Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Behind the back she goes. Backdoor feed. Cepeda muscles it up. She's fouled by Cigar and will head to the line. What a pass from Daniela Garcia-Gasco, and what a sequence from both teams over the last 90 seconds of this game. Defense, 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 man. So 2 free throws for Madison Cepeda, who misses the first. The freshman from Greeley, first chance at the line tonight. Can only tie it with 1:09 to go. Still plenty of time remaining. She does tie it. Timeout by the Plains women bench. 8 ties tonight as the Plains women want to chat about this. Western Engineering Consultants provides big firm product with a small firm relationship. They've been doing it since 2003. For all your projects, visit westerneci.com. I said at the beginning, these two teams are not that dissimilar. The problem in the first game was NJC turned the ball over, especially high in their offense, led to a lot of transition buckets early, and Eastern Wyoming was able to run away with the win, 72-59, in a game that wasn't as close as the final score indicated. NJC got down early and just never could recover. You take those turnovers away, and you're able to succeed. And that's the thing in this second half. NJC only has 5 turnovers since halftime. They had 12 at halftime. So you're right on your season average of 19 turnovers a game. Tick under it there. But it's the difference between 12 in the first half and 5 in the second half that have given Northeastern the opportunity to come from down 9, down by as many as 10, but down 9 from 44 to 34. That's where NJC trailed. They have outscored EWC 27 to 16, or 27 to 18. Did I math that right? Probably not. But it doesn't matter because EWC has the ball, 1:09 to go, tied at 61, and this is all about the final minute of the affair. Madison Bush-Lewis walks it into the front court. She'll set the offense up. Around to the near side for Paredes. She stops and drops into the far corner for Cigar. Entry pass back down to Paredes. Quick turn, 2 back up, no good. Riley Phelps with the great defense and the rebound. She is tied up. Arrow stays with EWC. Quickly getting on to her was Cigar after the missed shot. Great defense for Phelps, but then nobody came and helped her. And Eastern Wyoming will take a 30-second timeout. with 47 seconds to go. The question now here for EWC is, do you want to try and get a shot up with like 38 seconds remaining to guarantee you're going to have the final possession? Or do you just want to try and get the full possession and let EWC or let NJC then have that final shot? You have to be confident if you're doing the latter that you're going to make this shot. A lot of players that can score. Madison Bush Lewis, leading scorer on the season for EWC, has 16 tonight, 12 of which came in the third quarter. Lucy DuBois has a massive ball game with 18, 10 in the contest as well from Cigar. Bush Lewis inbounds to the left of the hoop, DuBois to the right, and Paredes high left on the lane inbound. Dropped in. Entry pass, wide open back door, and the two up, no good. DuBois cannot get the rebound. Riley Phelps comes away with it again. 36 seconds left. Plainswomen 10-second differential. Shot clock, game clock. Tied at 61. Senna to Yali Benarouche on the near side. Benarouche to Phelps, high right post. High-low for Daniela Garcia-Gasco on the baseline. Slings it across to Senna for three, but she's standing on the sideline. And a turnover for the Plainswomen at the most inopportune time gives EWC the ball back. 16.9 seconds remaining, tied at 61. The shot clock is off. Madison Bush Lewis walks it up. She hands it off to Lucy DuBois. DuBois, the weave, the Cigar. 5 seconds remaining. Back out. Kick into the near corner. DuBois for three. It's no good. Rebound. Fought for extra basketball. Paredes had the three for the win. We get free basketball, tied at 61. Overtime next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We get a free 5 minutes of basketball tonight as the Northeastern Plainswomen and Eastern Wyoming Lancers go to overtime, tied at 61. Our overtime is brought to you by Premier Farm Credit. Eastern Colorado's a way of life, providing credit and related services for more than 100 years. Visit premieraca.com for more. Plainswomen will be going from left to right in this overtime frame. Lancers from right to left. Fouls do not reset out of the fourth quarter. So 3 fouls on EWC, 2 on NJC. Before we head to free throws, Daniela Garcia-Gasco in the circle takes the tip with Ariadna Martinez, and the Plainswomen win the opening tip of the extra frame. Madison Cepeda with it, top of the key, kicks it off, far side for Senna from downtown. Yes, sir! Senna drains it from downtown to give NJC their first lead since halftime. 64-61 EWC. On the far side with the ball is Cigar. It's tipped out of her hands and out of bounds by Yali Benarouche. Plainswomen trailed 44-34. Looked like the ball game was over. They battled back with their defense late into the lane. Yali Benarouche going for the block. Got the arm of the driving Madison Bush Lewis. That will be Yali's fourth foul.
Her fourth, team's third.
Yali with 13 points. Daniela Garcia Gasco with 13 points. Madison Cepeda with 13 points. Monique Sena has 9. And 7 out of Riley Phelps as the first free throw for Bush Lewis is good. 64-62. Second goes as well, so 18 for Bush Lewis. She had 4 at halftime. Didn't score in the fourth quarter after dropping a dozen in the third. 64-63 NJC. Cepeda feeds it into a fronted Daniela Garcia Gasco. Turning the 2, it drops through. Madison Cepeda hits the go-ahead bucket. Then it assists the extender, 66-63. Near corner 3 for the tie from Paredes. Knocks it down. So Yaitha Paredes with 10. The third Lancer in double figures. And then a steal by Paredes as the ball's brought up the floor at 66 all. She drives up. Shot does not go. Rebound goes out. Last touched by Daniela Garcia Gasco. So Paredes hits the bucket to tie the game and comes up with her 6th steal of the contest, but can't finish off the fast break. 3:42 to go in overtime. Ball drop in. Far side drive in. How about another block for Daniela Garcia Gasco? Her 4th of the game, stuffing the shot of Cigar. Cepeda trots it into the front court. Yali Benarouche. Daniela Garcia Gasco on the right wing. Baseball across near side. Monique Sena. Sena to Yali. Daniela, fall away 2, up no good. Yali down with the offensive rebound for the Plainswomen. She drops it into Riley Phelps, who's smacked off ball.
Foul on the play by number 2, Rhea Cigar.
Second foul on Cigar in the game. Just the 4th team foul. Was not in the act of shooting. So an inbound to the right of the hoop for Yali Benarouche. Daniela Garcia Gasco was not involved in the continuance of that play as she sprinted back to get on defense. Quick into Garcia Gasco, left elbow comes up short. Cepeda fighting for the rebound. She's knocked to the deck. Looks like maybe Cepeda drove a knee into the ground. No foul called. They say the ball went out of bounds off of Lucy DeVoy. So that's the solace in the lack of a foul. It's the only solace. 66 all, 3:07 to go in overtime. Trip in out up top. Goes to Monique Sena. Hands it off to Daniela Garcia Gasco, left side of the lane. She hands it to Cepeda, pushes back out up top for Sena. Sena with 5, right side of the lane, through contact, shut up and in. Monique Sena with 11 now for the Northeastern Plainswomen. The 4th player in double figures, 68-66. NJC leads in overtime, and a bad pass by Rhea Cigar goes out at center court, but it went out off of an NJC tip. So Bush Lewis will walk it back up for EWC. Set the offense up with 2.5 to go in overtime. She swings it top of the key to Cigar. Far side, Paredes. Tipped out of her hands by Garcia Gasco, going for her 5th block of the game. Instead, gets her 3rd foul of the contest.
Daniela Garcia Gasco, it's her 3rd, team's 4th.
Both sides with 4 fouls, so every foul from here on out will be shooting, barring offensive. First free throw is up and good for Yaitha Paredes. 11 points, 9 rebounds, 7 steals. She knocks in both and ties us once again. 9 ties tonight, 68 all, 2:22 to go in overtime. Garcia Gasco shows the handoff to Yali Benarouche, takes it herself, mashed up on the baseline on a triple team, and turned it over. Plainswoman back on defense with 2 to go. Bush Lewis will set the offense up. Half the shot clock elapsed. Coach Larson changes the offensive scheme to DeVoy, covered by Santa, out to Bush Lewis for 3 in the lead. Bangs iron, will not go, and Riley Phelps runs down another rebound. Her 7th of the game, 6 of it since halftime. Stays tied at 68 all, and a timeout by Bronson Moton for NJC. They have 2 remaining, had 1 from the regulation and then the 1 extra they got in the overtime frame to try and talk this one down. You know, there's a lot of players that have done a lot of great things tonight for NJC. Madison Cepeda with 13 points. Daniela Garcia-Gasco obviously has a massive ball game going, as you would expect from her. 15 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks. Yali Benarouche doing Yali Benarouche things with 13 points. Monique Sena with 11, impressive as well. But the player that came through in the clutch is Riley Phelps. 7 points, 7 rebounds, but she had 2 huge defensive rebounds late in that stretch to make sure that we had an opportunity to go to overtime in the latter and then to have a chance to take the win in the fourth quarter. Another big one, a big block in the fourth quarter. She's been the one to me that has been the difference maker tonight. I was impressed with her against New Mexico Junior College last Wednesday. This is an even better version of Riley Phelps tonight. She is my player of the game. I don't know who the team will name the DDC player of the game, but she's my player of the game, especially if NJC goes on to win. 1:35 to go, tied at 68 in overtime. Inbound pass will drop in. The offense will be set up by Madison Cepeda. Sena to the high post. She goes for Daniela Garcia-Gasco. Around to the near side for Sena. Runs away from a screen from Phelps. Tries to give it off to Phelps, and Sena gets her pass picked off by EWC. Lancers will run the floor with Cigar spearheading it. Cepeda nearly picked off a pass intended for Bush Lewis. Far corner 3 is up, no good. Rebound tipped by Phelps and contained by Cepeda. So the missed 3 from Paredes. Minute to go in overtime, tied at 68. Ball walks up. Drive left side of the lane for Cepeda. Backs her player down. Out to Daniela Garcia-Gasco, who fumbles it away. She'll back out with 10 on the shot clock. Spins left side of the lane. Fall away from 10. Will not knock it in. Paredes down with the rebound. She has a double-double tonight. 68 all. Lancers up with 37 seconds left, and Coach Larson will take a timeout. NJC is guaranteed the final possession in this game, barring an offensive rebound. You don't want to, if you're EWC at this point. If it was at 40 or 41, yeah, hit a quick hit and guarantee yourself the final shot here in overtime. But now you have to know, if you're NJC, this is going to be the full gamut of the possession. 25 seconds left on the shot clock. You have to get the stop and get the rebound. You do those 2 things, you have a timeout left. You can advance the ball and set up for a game winner here in overtime on this Tuesday night, the 2nd of December. Definitely a thrilling way to kick off our night. Plains men and the Lancers will tip off. They'll give us about 20 minutes between games to warm up after this one comes to a conclusion. Lancers will inbound near their own bench out of the timeout. Yaitha Paredes will give it in to Madison Bush Lewis, defended by Cepeda. Bush Lewis drives right side of the lane, scoop shot 2 up, knocks it in, and gives the lead to EWC at 70-68. Plainswomen run it up with Sena. Shot clock is off, 24 seconds to go in overtime. Daniela Garcia-Gasco on the near side. Off to Sena, who drives in, knocked down, threw it in the neighborhood of the hoop to hope it went in. That will be Yaitha Paredes on the foul, her second. And 2 free throws for Monique Sena, down 70-68 in overtime with just 16.8 seconds remaining. Sena knocks in the first. Lancers have a timeout left, so they could advance the ball if she makes this second, which she does. 10th tie of the game. Ball advanced on the timeout by EWC, 70-70. And now it's all about the defense for the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen, as you've got to give yourself a chance on the defensive side to shut this one down, utilizing what has got you here, to be honest. And I know when you look at this game, you go, well, yeah, the offense is what brought him back, but it was the defensive stops. They were able to limit the run of Eastern Wyoming and the ability to rebound, which is something this team hasn't always been able to do this year. 31 rebounds for NJC, 38 for Eastern Wyoming. So you've still been out-rebounded tonight, but you've hung with Eastern Wyoming. You've hung with your opponent. The only 2 wins NJC has this year, they were positive in the rebounding. Now, I don't have full team stats and the full box score available. Gabe Wiest will come talk to us at halftime in the men's game. Maybe he'll have it then. But the rebounding, to me, is still what's been key. Daniela Garcia-Gasco for NJC, 14 rebounds. Continuing to push toward the top 10 on the all-time rebounding list. She'll get that shortly after Christmas break, probably, if she continues the pace she's on. 70-70, 16.8 seconds to go in the overtime frame. Eastern Wyoming will inbound with Cigar near their own bench. No change for Pisara did come in for NJC instead of Riley Phelps. So that is one change. Inbound pass to Bush Lewis. She's covered by Cepeda. She'll engage with 10 seconds remaining. Now 7, top of the key, drives to her right, into the lane. She is tied up. Arrow stays with EWC with 1 second remaining. Yali Benarouche helped down and got the hand over the ball, and EWC has 1 second remaining on the tie-up. So it is time to inbound and shoot, and that's it. No time for a dribble. Inbound pass will come from Bush Lewis. She drops it into the lane. 2 up, off the window and in. Buzzer beater as it is tallied from Ariadna Martinez. But I believe there will be time left on the clock. 72-70. Eastern Wyoming. Daniela Garcia-Gasco turned to her right, and Ariadna Martinez was to her left. NJC does have a timeout, so they can use that timeout to advance the basketball. Inbound from the right of the hoop, Ariadna Martinez catch and shoot. Probably going to have about 0.5 of a second on the clock. They will go to the camera, though, to determine when it did go in, when it cleared the rim. Just knowing basketball, they say you've got, 3/10 is the time for catch and shoot. 4/10 is catch and through, 3/10 is tip, maybe. So you're going to have something in that neighborhood, and then NJC would have the opportunity to advance whenever that is put on the clock. They're drawing it up in their huddle right now, but man, what a heartbreaking way that this one looks like it's going to finish. In overtime, all you had to do was get the stop. You got the jump ball, but EWC had the arrow. Daniela Garcia-Gasco, 15 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks. She would have loved to have had another one right there. Madison Cepeda, a great ball game, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Yali Benarouche, 13 points, 6 rebounds. Monique Sena, 13 points, 4 assists. But Riley Phelps, who came off on the timeout, 7.7 rebounds. She had the big stops late to be the player to get the ball shut down. Had to have been a defensive preference with Pisara coming in. 0.3 of a second put on the clock. NJC is going to advance the ball into the front court, trailing 72-70. Monique Sena will inbound right in the coach's box near the Northeastern bench. Senna launches it in. Oh my goodness, Ariadna Martinez undercut Daniela Garcia Gasco on the inbound pass. She got her arm into her hip and pushed her. No time elapsed on the clock, so Daniela Garcia Gasco will head to the line to shoot 2 free throws, down 72-70 in overtime. Garcia Gasco misses the first. Now you have to miss the second and get a tip. That's all you can do here. Garcia Gasco throws rim but stepped over the free throw line trying to get to her rebound. You have to wait till the ball hits the rim as the shooter. Inbound pass, and that'll do it. Done in overtime. Eastern Wyoming beats NJC 72-70. It was a thrilling way to kick off our Beef Boosters night. Plains men and the Lancers are coming up next, so stay tuned. We'll have that. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network.